Yesterday, like we discussed about VNet peering, hub and spoke topology, and everything we discussed, guys. And today we are going to understand about Azure VPN. Like what is a VPN means here? We can call the virtual network gateway. We can call the virtual network gateway, guys. Just a minute. So virtual network gateway. So what exactly, how it works, and in which scenario this virtual network gateways will use it? Here, first of all, we try to understand over the internet, especially over the internet. If you want to connect to the securely access that resources at that time, will use the virtual network gateway or VPN. This one we are going to use it. So what will happen? Virtual network gateway. So if you are trying to access it, something like your laptop, example, some user, their laptop and they are trying to connect it. So this is a Azure platform or something, you can take it anything, and this VPN gateway they will connect it. And this is a connection is a securely tunnel. It will create it secure tunnel. That means on this some tunnel it will create it. That data is a encrypted. Data is a encrypted, and over the internet totally this is a one. Over the internet this is a one. That means what you are transferring the data from your desktop to, and that Azure platform virtual network gateway, that some tunnel it will create it. That is a SSTP tunnel or IKE version 2 tunnel. IKE, sorry, IKE version 2 tunnel and Open VPN tunnels. There are three types of tunnels is available, and any one of the tunnel we need to choose it accordingly. The traffic will flow via this tunnel and data is encrypted. It's not an easy task to tamper the these tunnels. It's not an easy task to tamper the tunnels. Okay, and so securely transferring the data from over the internet to Azure platform. Not only Azure platform, generally and on-premises also will use it. Anywhere will use it, and it depends on the requirement. They will go with the third-party different VPN, including with the firewalls. They will go with like Cisco, Fortinet, Palo Alto, like that, Checkpoint, like that. A lot of different types of VPNs is available over the internet, over the market. Okay, and in Azure platform, Microsoft is providing the virtual network gateway, their own product, that is a one virtual network gateway VPN. Instead of this one, you want to go with a third party also. Yes, you can deploy as a virtual appliance. Virtual appliance means as a virtual machine, you can able to deploy it, guys. As a virtual machine also, you can deploy it. If it is a go with the third party, but if it is a go with the Azure platform, Azure product only in Azure platform, yes, it's a platform as a service wise, you will get it. It's a no need to manage ourselves that virtual appliance. It's a managed by backend Microsoft. Front end just we need to configure how we required. Accordingly, we can configure, as well as we are getting the scale in, scale out. So depends on the requirement. Like it will handle the traffic. Totally, they will give the bandwidth limitation accordingly. Each SKU type, that bandwidth will get it. Like 1 Gbps or 1.25 Gbps, like that you will get it, guys. 1.255 Gbps or 650 Mbps, depends on what SKU we are selecting. Accordingly, we'll get it. Because of this is a entirely platform as a service wise they are providing, guys, this VPN. If you want to go with the third party, and yes, you can go with the third party also, Fortinet, Palo Alto, Checkpoint, or like that, you need to deploy as a virtual appliance, and accordingly you can utilize it. Accordingly, you can utilize it, guys. But here, Microsoft, what they are providing, virtual network gateway. This is a normal overview about what is a Azure VPN. Okay, coming to here, I already mentioned two types. Two types of VPNs is available: point to site and site to site. What exactly this point to site means? Nowadays, we all people are working. It's a work from home. Yes, we are doing the work from home. If you want to connect to the your client resources or sorry, your client resources or your company related resources, you want to use it. Nowadays most of the people are using the this one, like from your laptop. In your laptop, you will open the VPN client, open and provide the your user ID and password. Once is a you provide the user ID and password from your laptop. Once is a connect to the your company related like VPN, they will connect it. Once they connected that company related resources, they can able to access it. That company related resources, they can able to access it. So this is a way totally doing the things. This is a called point to site VPN. This is a called point to site VPN, guys. Any questions on this point to site VPN up to now? Sorry, your mobile, you keep it, it's a very near to your mic. I'm getting a lot of disturbance. Yeah, now tell me. Hello. Hello. I'm not sure. No, lot of disturbance is getting Santosh. Now it's a somewhat better. Can you speak loudly?
Hello, Kiran.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, point to site is good now. Like when we are configuring point to site, if we
No,
are not
lot of disturbance I'm getting. Like something radio or mobile device, you keep it nearby to your computer or something.
Yes, Kiran, same for me.
Lot of disturbance, literally. I muted your voice. If it is not possible, you can post it your message in the chat so that I can understand and give the answer for that. Santosh. Okay, so you are typing. Okay, tell me what is your question. We are good with the point to site. Okay, good. So that is a called point to site, guys. Individual computers or laptops over the internet connecting the your resources or Azure platform resources connecting purpose will use the point to site VPN, guys. Okay, and coming to site VPN. Site to site VPN means it's a kind of your on-premises data center. This is a your on-premises data center. Your company related all the devices and keep it the your on-premises data center. This is the one data center, and you are going with the Azure platform also. Both the needs to be communicate each other. Your on-premises data center as well as Azure platform needs to be communicate over the internet securely. That's the reason we'll use the site-to-site VPN. We'll use the site-to-site VPN, guys. This is a called site-to-site VPN. So it's a your on-premises data center to Azure platform securely connecting the. This is a called site-to-site VPN, guys. If you have multiple data centers also, yes, it's a up to 30 connections. It supported Azure platform VPN and single Azure VPN. It support the 30 connections, 30 connections. It will support it. That means 30 data centers. You want different connections. Yes, you can able to do it. There is no problem at all. You can able to do it. But only one thing, this VPN, how much bandwidth or aggregate bandwidth, what is allocated by Microsoft, accordingly it's shared with the all the data centers. Accordingly depends on the workloads, and accordingly that shared bandwidth like that it will utilize it. Okay, so that's about site to site VPN, guys. Any questions on this site to site VPN?
Okay.
Okay, so hopefully everyone understand what is a site to site, what is a point to site.
Just connectivity
Okay,
from our on-premise to Azure.
yes,
Okay.
but
First
when
one is
configure,
any
if we
internet
are
to
not,
VPN.
sorry, tell
The
me.
first case is point to site is any internet to VPN.
It's a any internet. Instead of that one, you can say individual employees. Like we are doing the suppose I have
And like
500
using
employees in
pulse
my company.
secure, pulse
Yes,
secure use. Yeah.
their home, from their internet they are connecting your office network. Yes, that means in Azure platform, if you are providing the access through VPN, that is a called point to site, you can say.
Mm. Mm.
Both the things over the internet only. Try to understand. If you say internet to connecting, that is a point to site like that, that is a wrong. Okay, again
Mm.
I'm saying that try to understand when you are explaining. It's a very very important. Okay,
Mhm.
meaning is a important. Here what I'm saying, from individual desktop or laptops connecting over the internet to Azure platform securely, that is a called point to site. Okay, site to
Mhm.
site means from your on-premises data center to Azure platform securely connecting over the internet, that is a called site to site VPN.
Okay, just formatting.
Yes, because of very important. Simple, you are attending the interview. If you say over the internet connecting the like Azure and securely, that is a called point to site, means they will ask you what is the site to site. Immediately they will ask to raise the concern is a site to site. That means site to site it won't communicate over the internet.
Right. Both
So
in both in over the internet only.
yes, both are over the internet only, but from individual laptops or computers if you are connecting, that is a called point to site. And from data center to Azure platform, your on-premises data center to Azure platform establish the communication, that is a called site to site VPN. Okay,
Okay.
so what you are explaining, it's a very very important an interview point of time. Because of if you are something would add it something, it's differently, they understand the things means, even they will ask you a lot of questions, they will crack your head. It's a very very important, that's the reason, be careful.
Kiran, one question, Kiran.
Yeah.
Uh, Here, you said that the site to site we will connect from data center, but still from data center also we will connect through laptops, right?
Yes, you
Or
can
some
connect it.
servers.
So here one thing I will tell you for your clarification, what you are asking. So your data center, this is a one. Okay, so data center means sometimes is in your office network only. Yes,
Yes.
office network, or data center means same network. Yes, you are not over the internet. When you are travel to and work from office means what will happen within your data center network only. Yes,
Yes.
so no need to use the again point to site here. Whenever you sit in the your office, that means your office network only, and Azure platform they have data center to site VPN. And what it's a site to site VPN they are using, and what you are connecting the laptop, and you can able to access the your data center resources, on premises resources, as well as Azure resources, and through securely it will connect to the your Azure platform resources also. Okay, understood?
Mm. So if we are connecting from office or any data center, then it would be free site to site VPN,
Yeah,
right?
that is a site to site VPN only. Instead of you don't nothing, you no need to configure in your laptop. Yes, nothing,
Yes.
just you are going to office, connect to the your office network Wi-Fi or cable, you will connect to the your laptop, and connecting the like your on-premises resources as well as Azure resources also you are connecting. Yes,
Yes.
so here nothing you are using. Yes, it's already site to site VPN, it's a taking care if you're already using means. Okay, so whenever your laptop not in office network and you come to your home or outside, and you want to connect to the your data your on-premises data center or Azure platform means, definitely you will try to log in the point to site VPN. Yes, some VPN
Okay.
you need to connect it, and after that only you will able to access the your on-premises resources or Azure platform resources, otherwise you can't. Yes,
Okay.
any
Yeah.
more
Understood.
questions? Okay, Santosh is saying that site to site. I asked the Kiran. Okay, but when configure, if we are not good with the networking, that time we facing the issues, right? Firewall knowledge is required or not? One thing here, Santosh, firewall will come to picture in the next session. Okay, it's after the site to site, point to site. These all those things we're going to discuss about network security group as well as application security group. After that, route table. After that, firewall we are going to discuss. Okay, so firewall also definitely all companies will use it. 99.99%. We are going to discuss that firewall concept also. Will understand about that firewall concept. Don't worry. Any more questions? So point to site to site, everyone understand? I hope clearly.
Yes, Kiran.
Yeah. Express route, it's a separate concept, guys. We'll discuss, but first of all, we'll try to morely. It's a practically. We'll try to do it point to site as well as site to site. After that, we'll going to discuss about express route. Express route, I can't show you end to end practically, but I can explain the what exactly we'll do it, and I will try to explain it. I will try to explain it that part. Okay. So coming to here, so here different types of VPN gateway SKU types is available. So Microsoft released like over the market VPNs. How is the Palo Alto different editions or different versions or something like that? Yes, if it is a Cisco, they have a lot of products. Cisco Meraki, Cisco ASR, Cisco ASA, like that. So many different products. Cisco company only providing the this VPN. Same like Microsoft also providing the different types of SKU types. Different types of SKU types is a this VPN gateways. So based on which SKU type you are taking, accordingly that features is a applicable. That benefits will get it. So suppose I'm going to take the basic. This is the legacy type basic one, and it's a site to site also. It will support the 10 connections only. Point to site SSTP tunnel, it support the only 128 connections, and point to site IKE version 2 and Open VPN it won't support it. Basic edition, and only 100 Mbps aggregate bandwidth it supported that basic SKU type, and no support the BGP routing, and it won't support the zone redundancy also. It won't support it. But coming to in the generation one, other things, gateway one, gateway two, gateway three, these things depends on which one you are using accordingly, that aggregate bandwidth. You can observe, guys, these are 650 Mbps, 1 Gbps, 1.5 Gbps, 1.25 Gbps, and it's a site to site 30 connections. There is no difference. All the remaining all the SKU types 30 connections only, and point to site wise SHTP protocol tunnel it support the only 128 connections only, all the things. But point to site IKE version 2 or Open VPN accordingly depends on which SKU type you are using, that number of connections also. This is a 1 250, this is a 1 500, this is a 1000 connections. Depends on SKU type, and based on your point to site tunnels wise, accordingly number of users they can connect it that point to site. Okay, so you can see. And one more thing here, including aged, ending with the aged naming convention, that is a support the zone redundant. Zone redundant. It means you will get the zone redundant high availability purpose. It's a support the zone redundant in this, including aged ending with that SKU type, and all the things support the BGP routing protocol except the basic. Except the basic, remaining everything is a BGP routing protocol, and depends on SKU type, the aggregate bandwidth and number of connections and everything. It will differ, guys. It will differ. I hope is a clear to everyone. Different types of SKUs. Like generation 2 is a starting they given the generation 1 only, but later on is a they introduce the more bandwidth, aggregate bandwidth, more number of connection is a point to site wise. They release the generation 2, and there are two types is available, gateway 3, 2, 4, 5, again including ending with the AZ wise, zone redundancy supporting, and more bandwidth will get it, guys. More number of connections also. Okay. Hopefully is a clear different types of SKUs.
Yeah, Kiran.
Any more questions on this? Okay. So coming to
This
here,
is also we select based on the client requirement.
yes, obviously, because of depends on that cost is going to vary.
Yeah.
So accordingly, that number of connection, accordingly, bandwidth, everything you are getting. Accordingly, that cost is also applicable.
Okay. Architect will provide all the things whatever we need to follow.
One
Uh,
thing, generally, most of the time, as a Azure administrator, you won't get a chance to work on this. Okay.
okay. Okay.
So the starting only, they will configure this site to site or point to site all the times, all the things they will configure it. Okay.
Okay.
99% we won't get the chance. In case of what is the chance you will get it means upgrade the SKU types. Like already the connection is available. Like example, suppose already I am using the generation 1 VPN gateway 1 agent. My customer is facing bandwidth they are not getting. It's a 650 Mbps only, but they have more workloads. They are planning the migration and everything. So this is the bandwidth is not enough. They are planning to upgrade the SKU type. So in this case, what will happen? If they want to go with the in generation 1, they already deploy and everything, they can go with the up to gateway 2 agent or gateway 3 agent only. They can't change it to the generation 2. So in this scenario, what will happen? Again, you need to rebuild. That means totally deleted, and you need to rebuild with the generation 2. Depends on SKU type, you can go with that and rebuild the entirely thing. At that point of time only you will get the opportunity. Otherwise, 99.9% we won't get the opportunity.
Okay.
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 So existing one only, generally it's a this SKU type is a changing from this to this one. Yes, you can change it within that one range and you can able to do it, but it's a minimum downtime required. Without downtime, if you are changing the SKU type also, it won't work. That point of time it won't work. Okay. Any more questions? Subject wise we are learning, but it's really in the real time you are going to work or not, I'm not pretty sure. Depends on your project and everything. 99% we won't get the chance. If you get the chance, very well and good, you will get the hands-on experience. Even normally you can practice it in our like in your portal and deploy the virtual network gateway and everything, you can try to do it. Okay. And coming to in the point to site, there is a P2S means point to site, guys. P2S means point to site VPN, and tunnel types SHTP, OpenVPN, and IKE version 2. So SHTP protocol tunnel and support the proprietary support only Windows devices. It's a proprietary tunnel like Microsoft proprietary tunnel, their own protocol, and only support the Windows devices only. If you go with the Open VPN, it's an open standard. This is a over the world, it's an open standard. It supports the Windows, Linux, Mac OS, iOS, Android devices, all type of devices. It's supported. Open VPN SSL1. And coming to IKE version 2. IKE version 2, it's especially support the Mac OS only, and standard based IPsec VPN solution. This is a one, and only support the Mac OS only. Point to site wise, it support the Mac OS only. Okay. This is the differences here, different types of tunnel. And coming to authentication. Authentication means is the when you are trying to log in, open the VPN application, you will provide the user ID and password. That is a called authentication. So there are three types of authentication Microsoft is supporting in the point to site VPN wise, and one is a certificate based, one is the Azure Active Directory, another one is a radius authentication. So what is a certificate? So public and private certificate, install configure that one. So that means some certificate it's a public like public certificate is available under Azure VPN, and that private certificate if you install in your laptop, and whenever you are try to connect the Azure VPN client application, VPN client application you are trying to connect it, and this Azure VPN, it will check it that certificate is a valid certificate or not. If it is a valid certificate, it won't ask the any user ID and password. Directly it will connect it. Directly it will connect the establish the communication. That is a Azure certificate. Coming to Azure Active Directory means it's a kind of whenever you open the VPN client and it will ask the user ID and password. You should provide the user ID and password. Once is a valid user ID and password validated by Azure Active Directory, once is a valid only, it will allow to create a connection. Allow to create a connection. That means establish the communication. Otherwise, it won't support it. But is the Azure Active Directory nowadays it's supporting Windows 10, Windows 11, Mac OS, Linux, and all type of devices they are supporting. All type of devices they are supporting with the Azure Active Directory. With the Azure Active Directory, they are supporting, guys. And coming to radius authentication, it's a kind of network device, guys. This is a kind of network device. This device you need to configure in your on-premises. This radius server you need to configure in your on-premises server. That radius server you need to integrate with the on-premises Active Directory domain controller. You need to configure with the on-premises Active Directory domain controller. You need to integrate with, and you want to use it that one, and you need to create a site-to-site VPN for your on-premises to Azure platform. And Radius client also they need to configure in their laptop. Radius client they need to install Azure VPN client, and when they are trying to connect it, and that Radius client through that it will communicate to the on-premises. After that they can able to access the Azure VPN. They can able to access the Azure VPN. In this totally, this is a too much complicated architect wise, and site to site VPN you must and should use it. You must and should use it the site to site VPN. So that's the reason generally 99.99% we never seen use the radius authentication point to site wise authentication type. Radius authentication type we won't use it in the point to site in Azure platform. In Azure platform we won't use the this radius authentication, but option is available. This is a way totally is available, guys. Hopefully understand everyone. Any questions up to now? This authentication types as well as tunnel types.
No, Karan.
Okay, I hope everyone clear on this up to now. Okay, so coming to here, so Azure platform, how to deploy this virtual network gateway. If you try to deploy the virtual network gateway and create a virtual network gateway, what are the options will come? I will show you. So here you can see you need to select your subscription resource group based on which virtual network you are allocating. You are connecting this virtual network gateway, automatically that resource group will get it here. Okay, and coming to VPN name, I'm going to providing the VPN 01, and which region we want, accordingly we can select it. This is a one VPN purpose. That's the reason this option. And second option, express route. When you are using the express route only, we'll go with the express route. Okay. And right now we are only discussing about VPN. That's the reason we select the this VPN. And coming to next option is a VPN type. They are saying that there are two types of VPNs, route based and policy based. What exactly this is a one? So here, and PPT wise also I explain here. So this is a policy based and route based. Policy based means static routing. It's a kind of static routing. It's a single VPN connection only and compatibility with the VPN legacy VPN devices. But route based means dynamic routing and multiple tunnels and active configuration also it's supported. Active configuration also it's supported. What is the active also I will explain it, but multiple tunnels and dynamic routing gateways and everything it's supported in the route based. And policy based means this is a thing, guys. Sometimes in interview they will ask you, so can you please explain difference between the in the VPN type, there's a policy based and route based. What is the difference between policy based and route based? Okay, you need to explain. This is the points, guys. You need to explain the these are the points. Okay, policy based means static routing and single VPN connection only and compatibility with the VPN devices, legacy VPN devices. but is a route based means dynamic routing, multiple tunnels and active configuration it's supported. Okay. So coming to here and the SKU type already mentioned, you can see guys, and the SKU types is a generation 2 by default it's taking. Instead of that one, if I go with the anything like here you can change it. Suppose I'm going to select it and 3, and you can see generation 1 and generation 2 like that it's available. There are 2 generation, depends on your requirement, you can select the that particular generations. Okay, so generation 1 you can see it. And one more thing, whenever you select the including aged, ending with the aged, so here you can see guys, there is a availability zone option we are getting. There is a availability zone option we are getting. Okay, and even you can look into that, and I can change it here. Instead of that one, I go with the normal and availability zone gone. That availability zone gone. So you require the high availability wise your VPN virtual network gateway, you go with the ending with the agent SKU type, so that we'll get the availability zone, high availability of VPN will get it. You can select the simply zone redundancy also. Simple, it will take care which zones and everything, it will take care. If you specific zone wise, zone 1 or zone 2, zone 3, we can select it accordingly, that zones only it's going to deploy it. Accordingly, that zone only it's going to deploy it, guys. Okay, so this is a generation 1, generation 2 and as well as agent. And especially we need to integrate with the at least one virtual network, and that virtual network should have subnet. Dedicated subnet is a gateway subnet. That gateway subnet is a dedicated one subnet is required, guys. Gateway subnet, that name is also gateway subnet, one dedicated subnet, guys, that is a for virtual network gateway. And it's a we need to allocate it, we should allocate it. Okay, so at least 2 IP address wise, at least you need to use the /30 subnet range, you should use it minimum you should use the 30. Okay, and coming to here, IP address, public IP address, no need to select ourselves, just give the name of that public IP address name. Automatically Microsoft and they will allocate the one public IP address. They will allocate the one public IP address. That public IP address also standard. By default, we are getting the static public IP address only. Static public IP address only we are getting, guys. Okay, and coming to next is a enable active mode. What exactly this is a one? Active mode means by default Azure platform they are providing like single VPN active wise. Another backend is a one more VPN is available. So that means active connection wise this is a one. This is a always active. Whenever this active is a down, something issue with that, and second one it will come as a active. So normally this is a passive mode. This is a passive mode. Whenever active is a down and passive it will come to as a active, and it will act as a active, it will provide the services, it will provide the services by default normally. But here option is the active mode. If you select the enabled, what will happen? Both the Azure VPN gateways, two VPNs, it will two at a time is a both the things is a active mode only. Both the things is a active mode only. Okay, both the things active mode only. So if you are trying to connect to your on-premises network to this is a one, two connections you can create it. So any one of the VPN or one of the connection is broken, still another one still active, it will provide the services. It will provide the services, and it will distribute the load into the two different VPN connections wise. That means distribute the load also happen totally. So active wise, two VPNs it will at a time is a active. By default is a active passive wise it will work. So there is a scenarios is also available. I can show you that one I will discuss. But active mode I hope is clear to everyone. What is the mean? Active mode is enable.
Yes, correct. Just like a load balance.
Yes. And coming to configure the BGP. BGP is a broader gateway protocol. It's try to understand the routing over the internet, different routers, like not only our thing, ISP vendors, different routers is available over the internet. How the traffic best way and fastest way, which is a one, and accordingly it will route the traffic and getting the communication to our on-premises to Azure platform. Generally, BGP will use it like routing. It's a fastest routing wise will use it. If you don't want, you can disable it. That's not a problem. It's not a mandatory to enable it. If you enable the routing means BGP routing, you should provide the your on. This is a Azure and this is a ASN number. You need to provide this ASN number to your on-premises. When you are creating the connection from on-premises to Azure platform, they will provide their ASN number, their BGP peer IP address. Here, whenever we are doing and our on-premises guys, they will look into that our BGP peer IP address and as well as ASN number. We need to provide it. We need to provide the thing. Okay. So totally, this is a BGP peer IP address and ASN number, guys. When you enable it and when you are configuring the BGP, yes, this is a very important ASN number, autonomous system number. That is a called autonomous system number. ASN means autonomous system number, and this is a BGP peer IP address. Okay. So like this, review and created. That's it. It will take around 30 to 40 minutes of time to deploy this virtual network gateway, guys. It will take around 30 to 40 minutes only deploying the virtual network gateway. It will take the time, guys. Understood? Any questions?
Okay.
This is a today's session, guys. Up to this is a one, and on Monday I will deploy the. Before that I will deploy and remaining configuration like point to site to site related configuration I will show you. Okay, we'll discuss on Monday. Remaining things will see the practical about on Monday, guys. If you have any questions, any doubts, let me know. Okay, if no questions, good. And hopefully everyone able to access the YouTube links what I provided in the WhatsApp channel, WhatsApp on that. And let me know if you are not anyone is facing the problem. Let me know. Otherwise, it's a very good. And even this is the one also. And I will try to upload it today and provide the link to everyone. Okay. Hopefully everyone walk through these recording sessions and try to practice it. Okay.
Hey Kiran, I missed it. You ping any link in chat?
Yes, in the WhatsApp chat I'm pinging now.
The yesterday
I'm
one you were
providing.
talking.
Yes, yesterday also I provided no date
Yeah,
and like.
yesterday. No, I
Yeah.
just lost the connection and reconnected. Actually, that's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay. So like every day I'm providing
Yeah,
whenever
yesterday I
session is.
got it.
Hmm.
Today, are you providing any new link?
Yes, I'm going to provide it. Still,
Okay.
I'm not pinging in the chat.
Okay, Kiran. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.